Hi, my name is Grace Hecker, and this writing presentation is about how I've used the skills that I've learned throughout the semester into creating strong Writing Project 2 and Writing Project 3 papers. I think that this class has really helped me to strengthen my abilities in creating a strong writing process, and I have learned really great research strategies that I think I can use throughout the rest of my life and this semester. Um, Main things that I've learned so far through research strategies are how to find a topic, how to find articles, how to evaluate my credibility, and how to cite my sources. So first off, I think the main thing that I've learned so far is how to find a topic and narrow down that topic. Finding a topic is probably one of the hardest parts because it's just such a broad idea. I think I've learned so far that choosing something that I'm interested in really helps me to create a stronger topic that I have an easier time working with. So choosing something that I'm interested in. So my writing project 1, I wrote about obesity, and I was really interested in the movie Super Size Me because we used to watch it in grade school, and so that's what I based my writing project 1 around. And then I decided that I wanted to kind of shift gears and choose the polar opposite of that, which is poverty. And so that kind of goes along with my second bullet point, which is about thinking about topics that you want to learn more about. And I've never really been exposed to poverty, never really looked into it very much, and so I think that's why I chose this topic, because it was something that I've never learned about before. I've also learned through this class that revision is okay. I've revised my topic multiple times, and I think that revision is an important aspect of the writing process because it allows for you to kind of change your mind and choose the most important topic for your writing project. I also think it's really important to ask for others' input. Asking for others' input allows you to be exposed to things that you probably wouldn't have thought of. Like for this topic, for my writing project 2, I had a broad idea of thinking of poverty, and then I asked our teacher what she thought of it, and she helped me to narrow it down to focusing more in just on India, which is really important because I never would have known that India was having this severe of issues if I wouldn't have asked for help. I think the next bullet point could be important as well because you have to always narrow down your topic. Having a broad topic could lead to just confusion and cause you to be stressed out, and narrowing it down allows you to choose specific aspects of the topic that you want to look into. Another thing that I've learned through this class is how to find articles. In high school, I was never really exposed to good academic databases that help me to find specific things that I'm looking for when trying to write my papers, and I think it's really important that this class taught me that Nebraska does have academic databases. This one right here has helped me to find articles that are really very specific and that have helped me in my writing project too. So like an example of this was I found one that is literally describing how poor India is and about India's economy, and I think through Google Scholar I never would have found anything so specific as that. Some information that I've learned about India are things like high population growth, poor sanitation, high literacy, and unequal distribution of income. Some of the things like climate affecting agriculture, which in one of the bullet points it says the poorest parts of India are located in rural areas, which means they're kind of basing their lives around the agricultural aspects and having different climate that they're not used to, and things like that has really affected their income for those that are in the rural areas. Rapid growth is also a big factor because it is lowering the per capita income, which also the sizes of families are growing, which means that's also lowering the per capita income for each family. The economy, they're having low agricultural productivity, which again is directed mainly towards those that are in the rural areas who base their life income off of agriculture. There's unequal distribution of land, so like there's a high concentration of land in few farmers' hands, which is really not a good thing. Industrialization, there's new industrialization in big cities, which is putting the village industries out of business. Um, there's lack of employment opportunities, lack of education, which is causing those that are uneducated to not be able to compete with those that are educated. Um, there's just some really important aspects of these people's lives that are really affecting them. Another thing that I've learned is how to evaluate the credibility of my sources, which is also important because you don't want to just make up information. So the first bullet point is like, where is the source located? So you kind of have to think about like, is it published by a university or by a professional researcher, or is it peer reviewed? So things like that. You kind of can also look into whether the author is affiliated with a university or another institution. So you can also look into what else that author has written to help give you a good idea of whether that's credible or not. When you're citing sources, I also found that websites like Purdue, the OWL Purdue, and like EasyBib really help you to cite your sources well. I learned through this class that it's really important to cite your sources because you want to be able to go back and show people where you found your information, because it is very important to make sure that your information is credible. Sorry. So my research from Writing Project 2 has really helped me to understand what are some good ways to help lower the poverty rate in India, and this is the solution that I'm looking for and I'm going to write about in Writing Project 3. I think one of the main things is I think we need to help with sanitation. Poor sanitation leads to severe illness and malnutrition of basically everyone. Without clean water, you can't really function. Your body just doesn't need dirty water. I think increasing education is very important because this will help those that are uneducated be able to compete with those that are educated and have better jobs and better opportunities. I think we should increase the school infrastructure and get more teachers to help teach. There's also a lack of healthcare, so I think there could be a solid increase in that. That could help those that are sick have more opportunities to live longer and be healthier in general. I think agriculture also needs to be an important aspect of a solution to poverty because it helps those that are living in rural areas have better income. Overall, knowing how to narrow down my solution and help to find and how to find useful resources will help me to create a strong Writing Project 3.